What's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today the Carolina Panthers are signing Deven Thompkins, wide receiver from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to a contract. No surprise here. Dave Canales is definitely interested in bringing in former Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is the second wide receiver from that Buccaneers offense that we have witnessed Dave Canales bring into this Carolina Panthers team. Earlier, a couple months ago, the Carolina Panthers signed David Moore. Now they have signed Deven Thompkins. Now Deven Thompkins is a second-year guy who is 24 years old and will turn 25 years old this season. He is a wide receiver, didn't play a lot. I mean, he had 25 targets with 17 receptions, almost 100 receiving yards, and was able to get his first touchdown reception against the New Orleans Saints this year. And then in the playoffs, he only had one reception for 4 yards in their 2 games. But more importantly, he was a kick and punt returner for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This year, with the Buccaneers, in the 17 games that he did play, he had 25 punt returns, where he had 234 punt return yards. And so that was averaging 10 yards per punt return. And then with kick returns, he had 16 kick returns, 327 yards returned on those kick returns, which is about 21 yards per kick return. So it was a very solid returner, better kick returner than a punt returner, but he's a solid wide receiver as well. Very young, so he's only 2 seasons in, and in those 2 seasons, he hasn't really got a ton of opportunities at the wide receiver position. He only has 35 targets in 2 seasons with 22 receptions with 115 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. But I couldn't imagine that that's going to get better for him in Carolina. Look, I don't even know if there's a guarantee that he'll actually make the roster for Carolina. But, something I think, is that this Carolina Panthers wide receiver room has gotten a whole lot better if you look at it. It's still not a great wide receiver room, of course, but this wide receiver room is a lot better than it's been in a while if you look at it. They have traded for Deontay Johnson. Still have Adam Thielen, who I really like. They have Jonathan Mingo, who looked really solid in his rookie year, who's going into his second year. They drafted Xavier Legette. So, those 4 guys right there, that solid wide receiver. Also have David Moore. They have also Terrence Marshall Jr. I think they drafted someone else as well. I think so. I think they drafted Jalen Coker or Cocker as well. So this is already a solid wide receiver room. I know this was not a good wide receiver room last year, but this wide receiver room has improved. Still having Adam Thielen, still having Jonathan Mingo, adding in Deontay Johnson, Xavier Legette, and David Moore, and a couple other guys. So it's not like he's going into the wide receiver room that we saw in Carolina last year. This is an improved wide receiver room. But he's still, like I said, very young at 24 years old. So still has a future. Let me know your thought. But I think that he definitely could turn into the kick and punt returner for the Carolina Panthers in the 2024 season. Let me know your thoughts on the signing for Carolina in the comment section, and peace out.